We finally made it to Taupo, New Zealand for the 70.3 World Championship. We're super excited to bring you guys content all week long leading into the race so you can be part of the hype. We want to give a big shout out to Bicycle for making this possible for us to be here. They're the largest marketplace for used bikes, but you can also get components, wheels, etc. all on their website. Visit bicycle.com/ProTriNews and you'll get buyer's protection as well as 30% off whenever you list a bike. So check them out. Thank you for listening and hope you enjoy.
Hello and welcome to day 2 of ProTriNews Taps Up Ironman 70.3 World Championships here in beautiful Taupo, New Zealand. First off, thank you, Kyle. I know actually when it comes to the normal podcast, you probably talk the least, but Kyle is the one that organises everything. He's got the flights here, he's booked all the live shows, booked the sponsors, booked the athletes, got the gear here. So thank you very much. Me, Talbot and Pat do absolutely nothing without you.
You guys are the talent, though. You guys are the talent. I just execute and make sure we're consistent, because that's the key, is consistency and uploading each and every week.
Yeah, I saw like a reel on Instagram that was about how every male friendship group has like 3 guys, or four types of guys.
Yeah.
One of them's autistic, which is Pat. One of them's likely should be locked up for something they say. That could be me or Talbot.
You or Talbot, yeah.
Yeah. One of them was completely mental, and then I think there was Talbot, and I can't remember what you were. There was a fourth that was like the diligent one. That's the only reason the group gets together in the first place, and it's absolutely what you are. But today, more importantly, is bring your wife to work day.
Have you guys stopped flirting? Hi.
How are you, Kat?
Good, thank you. Yeah, sitting here after a really good day's training, 3 days out from the race. So thanks for having me on the show.
No worries. I'm happy to have you. Now, leading into this race, obviously, it's been a long season. What's it been like the last couple of weeks? Because you left Dubai and then came straight down to the Southern Hemisphere. So,
Yeah, 3.5 weeks ago, Dubai. Had a decent race, and then we had a good party afterwards, which some regrets there in terms of just alcohol and staying up a bit too late.
I went to bed 3 hours before Kat, Kyle, in the first time in our
way.
relationship. Yep.
Weak, that was, from Mark. Weak. Socially weak, which is not often what he gets called, but you heard it here first.
what happened?
Honestly, I was just too drunk to be there. I was not socially. There was a lot of people there. You know, Chris Commode and that was still floating around, and
Yeah.
the world was spinning a bit. And I knew I was going to make an arsehole of myself. And
So proud of him. So proud of you.
That's the second time you've said that within the last hour.
Goodness.
the other one was for refraining from saying something awful as well, wasn't it? Yeah,
Oh, we were
true.
walking down the street.
Yeah. So
But then we flew straight out because we decided not to go home. We were already sort of 7 hours this way. So, yeah, flew straight out towards New Zealand, stopping off in Australia and Noosa for 12 days. Had a really good training camp there. Had some great social chats with the Mackenzies, hung out with some other really cool people, and found one stretch of road that I nearly got a quam on.
Whoa.
yeah, the riding is the only. It's a bit like here.
Yeah.
They like a good close pass in some of the trucks, but otherwise, ideal. Noosa, I could live.
Right.
Have we done like 14 places this year? It's the only other place we've been. I thought I could live here.
I think I got down 6 or 7 cafes and settled on one repeatedly, a bit like here in Taupo.
Mhm.
I think is that the cafe culture is indulgent. You
It's fun.
spend a lot of time, money, and milk there.
Belinda Granger lives there, right?
Yeah.
Her lifestyle is unbelievable. She literally gets up, goes to the gym, goes to a cafe, goes back to the gym for a run, goes to a cafe, has a nap, and then there is a party every night. Group of 30 women just chugging champagne, sitting by the lake, and then they repeat it. That's
And
honestly
then they're up
brilliant.
at 5 again. There's
That's a
there's a
life.
sea swim, and everyone's having coffee at 6 a.m. on the beachfront. It's just amazing.
Golly.
But we're now here because Kat needs to keep our family and food, and she has to win us the Pro Series.
Otherwise, it's red beans and rice for Mark for the next 6 months.
If anything goes wrong with the bike, it is.
And that's the reality, right? There's 2 goals. We were just talking about this before.
Yeah. Pro Series, and obviously the World Champ title itself. So I've decided that it stresses me out a bit too much having the Pro Series as a goal, and I need to just sideline that for the majority of the week and the race, and just focus on performing my best. As always, every race, just another race, world champs title. Hopefully try and get as close to Taylor as possible.
Yeah. She's the one that you're eyeing. Are you trying to key off her?
I think it would be rude of me not to name everyone else. There's 3 or 4 other women who've beaten me this year already in the field. So, but under history this year, Taylor's won.
Yeah.
And it's about sort of, you do base your performance off the winner. So it's about how close you can get to her. I'm not sure how many people will be in between us.
Yeah. And you were second last year, 70.3 Worlds. So
yeah, and
at least eyeing
the year
second.
Before,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You've had some success here at this distance and at this race, even though it's been at different locations, obviously. But
yeah, and I think this course has similarities to Lahti, and I really enjoyed Lahti, and I feel like I was able to get like a lot out of myself, swim, bike, and run. So I feel like, I'm hoping that sort of energy and performance translates to this course as well.
yeah.
So me and Carl don't get it wrong on the live show tomorrow. I've kind of got, there's like 2 tiers of the top athletes based on performance this year. The top is Taylor, and then I think it's safe to say in there is Ashley Gentle and Julie Deron. They're, I think, the top tier. And then the next tier is super stacked. I think includes you, Caroline Pohl, Imogen Simmons, and then like the people that could gust there based on 1 or 2 races, the likes of Solveig, Lofseth and stuff like that. But I think they're the 2 brackets. Am I missing anyone?
We'll probably find out we've missed someone. You've missed someone on race day.
It always happens.
But that's why these races are so great. Having 50 women plus in the field, like that's what's exciting. Everybody gets a chance to shine, and it's a world. Like people really train for a world championships. Like I know, for me, it's the first race of the year that I've trained for this distance, and that's really exciting. And I know that there's people like, for example, Ellie Salthouse. This has been her A race, I assume, for the year. Like there's people who've only focused on this, and that's also exciting.
Reece Barkley said to me in Miami, he thinks you're better or could be better at 70.3 than Ironman. As in, I think he said, you could win a 70.3 title. Training for it a bit. Do you agree with him at all or not? It's a compliment either way.
Yeah, very nice compliment. I always hide behind my training years, I think, with that. I think I'm only 33, and I know there's lots of younger athletes, and I know there's lots of older athletes, but my sort of training years is what's like 4 or 5 years of full-time training, and I think therefore I'm still developing. I'm still got a high VO2 max. I'm still developing into the endurance athlete side of things. So perhaps at the moment I could be better at the middle distance, but it's still the Ironman distance that sort of has my heart. So I don't want to accept that yet.
And I've said it to you about 84 times. So as a test, can you tell the listeners how the maths works for you to win the Ironman series?
So Jackie has to be quicker than 11 minutes something behind the winner. And if she does that, she improves on her points. And I have to be within 45 minutes of her, I think, or the winner or something.
This is wrong, listeners. If Kat's within 45 minutes of the winner and Jackie's 11.46 behind the winner, Kat wins. As Jackie improves on the 11.46 behind, Kat has to improve on the 45 minutes behind.
Got it.
Okay.
So there is quite a lot of pressure on the bike not breaking down.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But you said that's boring, or you find that stressful. Why is it harder to worry about just finishing than it is to performing really well?
I think it's just if you have a negative goal, if you focus on the negative, it's negative. Whereas if you focus on a positive of like best performance or a run target pace or nutritional, positive forward momentum goals, they're just more motivating. If you're thinking about the negative, like what can go wrong, what can go wrong, what can go wrong, this is the minimum I have to achieve. It's not motivating. It's not that fun for anyone, I don't think. So I don't think it's that. I'd like to get as many points as possible to set the bar. I'm saying this now like I've just thought about this. To set the Pro Series bar at a point where that's then the target for the year after. How many points can you physically get?
I'd never thought of that.
That's a good idea.
Because the Pro Series doesn't change. So the best possible score is like a benchmark.
Same number.
Because I said to someone, I wanted to throw it as a hot take. I think one of the Norwegians next year will hit a perfect score.
Win everything.
Yeah, but the problem is,
5
I-
races.
if they don't, I bet the other one scuppers it for them. So if they do the same races, one of them
Then
will win.
Go 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2,
So
opposite.
whoever wins, they'll lose one race to the other Norwegian.
Yeah.
But a perfect score would be super hard. You were hoping to get here with a perfect score so far.
Yeah.
Bloody Caroline Pole scuppered that in
Yeah.
Tallinn.
Yeah.
Well, and my result in Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry
of course,
about
yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Caroline Pole, we like her. Why is she... What makes her so good? Because she's pretty unheard of. A lot of our listeners won't know Caroline.
She's racing, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Why is she so good?
She's so good. She's beaten me this year. So to me, she, already has that sort of, kudos of, I don't know why is she good so good.
I like the way she races. I thought we were going to
Oh.
she's a
Well, then
very
why don't
good...
you say that then?
Okay.
Why are you asking me?
You guys can both have
She's
different
an
opinions. That's all
excellent-
right.
She's an excellent swimmer, an excellent biker, and she outperformed me in Tallinn on the run. It's very threatening to me.
Yeah.
I have to really fight to see her.
I don't think most people realise how good she is on the bike.
Mm.
Like she'll swim with Taylor, and you had a theory, which I was like, no chance.
Well, my theory is that she'll outswim Taylor, and whether that's someone sprints for the swim bonus, I don't know. Like she'll outswim Taylor and she'll ride with her. I think she won't get dropped.
That is wild.
That's crazy.
That's a huge hot take.
Yeah.
Taylor had to really work to drop Imo in Lahti last year.
And Caroline is a better rider, I think.
Potentially.
That's a hot take that someone's going to ride
And the
with Taylor
roads,
near.
these roads are not going to be easy to ride on.
I think if that favours Caroline more than anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of skill, I think, in that first half an hour.
Yeah.
Descending, cornering at fast speeds, there's elements of Nice there. It's exciting for me, but I think, like you say, it's not necessarily Taylor's favourite
Forte.
place to be in the first half an hour, which would allow someone to get on. Then there's a tailwind, so that's potentially Taylor's area of, being able to break someone. But again,
And
it's
Taylor's
really
very
fast,
aero.
very fast ascending tailwind though.
Yeah. I think people still think of Taylor 2 years ago when she wasn't aero. Whereas Taylor now, because she's so narrow in the shoulders, fitted out by Botti, really narrow, and people often get it wrong. Like aerodynamics matters more in the tailwind.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mark's not allowed to give any secrets out.
No
he's
secret.
He's banned from technical advice to the public. Sorry, guys.
23 mil tyres.
That
Oh, that was wild.
That's me trying to stop him talking. Anyway, moving on from technical advice from Mark before a race where everyone's listening to it.
So, Kat, this year has been a good year for you, would you say?
It's been a pretty
Aside
mad,
from
pretty
Hamburg.
mad. Oh, yeah. No, to be honest, I bloody loved the 3 hours I did at Hamburg, and I really want to go back there. So it doesn't bother me that much. It was an error, like a judgment error. So yeah, it's not a problem. No, really great year. I think it hasn't exceeded expectation, but I'm really proud of achieving what I set out to achieve.
Yeah.
Already.
You had a very ambitious goal. Like, you were the only person that was like, I'm going for both series this year. And to be here at the end of it, still somewhat in one piece, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. That's
Yeah.
massive. That's a testament to not only Mark, but you, your coach, the people who have backed you all season. So,
Yeah. I
That's massive.
do credit a lot of it to Mark, sadly.
oh.
But I know everyone listening will appreciate. He's actually really quite good fun, not just on camera.
He's a good time.
Or behind the microphone.
We had a day yesterday where I was working hard.
Oh yeah.
So, people have up days and they have down days when they're feeling a little bit low.
Mark, we were just saying how great and how positive this year has been, and you're going to bring up a really negative.
But it was one of those classic, stereotype times where the husband absolutely knows what's going on. Definitely just a bit hormonal. The wife won't accept it. And you can't say it, right? It's like the most stereotype thing in the world. And you're sat there just taking flack and grief. And she wakes up this morning, happy as Larry, firing on all the cylinders. And I'm there like, oh, that's a weird surprise. The world didn't end.
It didn't end. It's a miracle.
It's ridiculous.
I am
was
gonna
like
race.
doom and glooms, like thunderstorms, like
Oh,
To
yeah.
be fair, it was actually thunderstorms.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
was-
think I get seasonal,
Depression?
Yeah, sort of.
yeah.
I was lying on the floor thinking I was having some sort of anxiety attack, and Mark was like, "But you're fine." I was like, "Yeah."
But then today, absolutely great.
All
We're into
good.
race week.
So yeah, it's been a really trying year.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd get? So you said you hadn't exceeded expectations. Did you think you'd rank 4th overall in the T100, or as a third priority, like a stated third priority?
Yeah, okay, fair. No, I didn't think I'd have that. I didn't think I'd have that good success. I guess I like wildly had hoped that I'd have a few good races, but I didn't think I'd podium at 2 of them.
And to finish in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to finish top 5 of that. Second place in Nice.
Yeah.
And then now here.
Just not win anything all year.
That's okay. You
Oh God! You're gonna make me give you a pep talk on camera like this?
That's all right. Hopefully, I win the Ironman Pro Series. Consistency, yay! The reliable athlete.
And
Did someone else win Ironman Victoria?
No, she won 2 Ironmans.
Did someone else win Ironman Texas?
No.
Kind. Anyway, yes. What I joked to someone just I don't know an hour or so ago was that I really enjoy the challenge, and I think like setting goals that are achievable but also outrageous, like it constantly makes you want to be better. So I don't necessarily get sad by not necessarily achieving something big picture. Like I was really sad obviously not to win Nice, but big picture it's like cool, I'm going to try and win Kona. Like I think I really like having these big goals.
So that's next year we're on to now.
Oh goodness.
You want to talk about what you...
Come on, Carl. Ask her about next year and make her answer.
So next year is obviously going to be another action-packed season, with it starting in February if you're doing short course, but it really starting in March and then potentially ending, depending on which series you do, in either November or December. Is there any one of those things that seems particularly interesting to you or piques your sporting fancy?
Well, if short course would give me a start, I'd go for it in February. Wah. Now my swim's up there.
Pull a Cam Worth when he did
Wow.
that. Do you remember when Cam Worth did
Did
the
the super try, right?
Yeah.
Oh, super try. I'd love to give it a go. It wouldn't be very entertaining. Well, it would be because I'd just get lapped out. Anyway, I would like to win Kona.
Yeah,
The
big one.
The big one. And at the moment, I'm not sure whether I will commit to the T100 series. So the Pro Series this year really, it gave me a real structure to the year and like purpose to racing and to winning and fighting literally for every second when Caroline was beating me in Tallinn and dying in Nice. So I think that's really exciting. So there's a lot of indicators, but no firm decision yet. Is that fair, Mark?
I think so, yeah. So for context, like people of the automatic qualified athletes have got their contracts from T100.
Yep.
And they have till later in December, actually not that much later in December, to decide whether to sign them or not.
Yeah. I think it's after this weekend, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I didn't know if that was disclosed or not, but correct. But of course, Ironman, you don't have to commit to it. And it gives you the freedom to kind of adjust as winter goes on even. You know, are you ready to race in South Africa? Do you want to wait till Texas, etc.? So there's a perk in a way of not having to sign. The downside is you're not getting an upfront payment. That's the lovely thing about T100, right?
Yeah.
Is there is a contracted fee,
Yep.
but the problem is they then expect work for the contract, certain races, certain requirements, etc.
Media obligations.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong, the money's great, and the events are super fun to go to, right?
Yeah, I've had the most fun at those events recently. Like everyone in the same hotel room, everyone
In the
there
same
together.
hotel
There's no hotel room.
Wow, that sounds spicy.
Jeez.
There is no gossip that happens at T100. Anyway,
There's a story there.
same hotel. There is, but not for the camera. Someone listening will know. And all in the same hotel, all with the same agenda all week. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
And we've had elements of that in the Pro Series as well, to be honest. Everyone in Hamburg.
Actually, most of the Pro Series races for the first time at Ironman are offering central accommodation. You know, they have put up, Hamburg was a great hotel. They did it in Vitoria. They've done it in other races. That's really, Ironman have stepped up their kind of hosting side as well.
They've started doing better. I think that T100 kind of helped, like,
100%.
with that. Ironman's always been, like, a little bit, like, favoritism in the past, I believe, of
yeah,
like
nepotism.
this
yeah.
person can have free accommodations at XYZ race.
It's
But
still
it's
a bit
not been like it is now. Like I feel like now is like another level than what it's ever been with Ironman. So that's just my opinion from
From where?
the fringe.
I think I think it's still a bit vague.
Yeah, I like it being vague though. I think it vague works. It can work for you, or you can get nothing. And the problem is they can't afford, because Ironman don't cap their fields. It's 20. They can't really you can't say pros get free accommodation.
No, you
And
can't say all like there were 70 no-name guys that raced at
Right, so
Indian Wells.
there are
Like they can't just give it to everyone.
there are 2 pros that definitely shouldn't get free accommodation that raced in Bustleton last weekend. In the front female pack.
Oh yeah, 2 male pros. Fuck.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that because we didn't podcast last week.
Right, so Kat was on the turbo watching the race.
Yeah.
So this is the lead pack in Bustleton, the last 70.3 outside the world champs of the Pro Series. The lead pack is Teresa Adams, Lottie Wilms, and Marta Sanchez. They catch 2 pro men. I mean, you're out the race.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than just sit off the back, they re-involved themselves in the group.
That's so insane.
How many times do we need to call this out on the podcast?
That's so insane.
Next time we're naming names and posting photos.
It was mad.
What do you think of it?
Influencing the race. Like it influenced the race.
Well, go on, Kat.
just
You'll
don't-
have been there.
I just think the referees in that race, from looking at the race, the viewer saw the referees not doing anything, not doing their job. And I think it was so frustrating because you not only saw the male pros interfering, but then you saw the effect and you could just feel the stress for the female athletes because they are at real risk. All of them probably should have got a penalty because of the influence of the male athletes, because somebody rolls up to somebody's then sat in the blue, and then somebody just rolls into red because the male pro has just sort of sat up to have a drink, and it just doesn't work. I was getting really irate about it, but I don't think I can.
It almost makes our sport not professional in a way.
But they have to now write a rule because actually I think the pros could self-police that. Like, you've got your pro license, fine. But these guys got beat by a bunch of age groupers. You've been caught by the pro females. Show some sportsmanship. Like, take yourself out of their race. Yep. And I was proposing a rule that is like, if you're a pro male overtaking pro females, you get one chance to do it. The pro females have to drop back 50 metres and you're gone and out the race. If you're overtaken by pro females on the road, you're not allowed to re-overtake. A bit like the old Daytona race rules or whatever, when you're not allowed to re-overtake.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to re-overtake and you have to sit 50 metres back.
Yeah.
Because there are situations like Joe Skipper and Lucy Charles both go to South Africa. Lucy Charles catches them in the swim. Joe's got to have a chance to ride past her.
Yeah.
And he'll blow past her and go.
Right.
But once you're caught on the bike, you're out the race.
Yep.
You know, you are sat 50 metres off the back. And the sad thing is they're going to have to write the rule because people can't grow up and police it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I've got nothing else to add.
2025 rules. Put it in there. Easy.
Anything about this course that's exciting?
I think the run course is exciting. It's not flat. It's advertised
It's
as
not
flat.
flat.
Oh,
That
It is
graphic is
not
wrong.
flat.
The
The
Ironman
graphic
graphic
has
is
to be-
wrong.
It is
wrong.
way hard. Like I ran 5K of it yesterday, and it's like this ain't freaking an easy course.
It's not
They-
even undulating. I honestly think it should be
It's
classified
just all
as hilly.
false flats.
Yeah.
It's all false flats. The entire
No,
run course.
and the hill.
Yeah.
Did you run off the path? On the
Yeah,
way
that's
out?
right.
Yeah.
Right where my Airbnb is at.
Oh, so it's okay. It's flat / undulating on the way out, so 5K out with probably a tailwind, and then it's hilly, I would say, coming the 5K back with the headwind / cross, and then you've got a bit of a cheeky drag, up, see the finish line, wave at the finish line. Oh no, you've got another 11K to go, so you've got to repeat it all again. So it's a really honest run course.
I love that Ironman graphic has got it as 40 metres of elevation in the whole run.
There's no way.
There's no way. I don't know where they generate those graphics from sometimes. But anyway.
Yeah, so I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
And I think the way Ironman have built their sort of race hub and race venue, it looks so well thought out. Like
Yeah.
having the expo in one, with
It almost gives me like Kona vibes. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Like it's weird that it feels like this big for 70.3 world champ.
Well-
It's Tuesday, and we've just seen a 20-minute queue for the expo, like the minute it opens.
Yeah.
And the merchandise, like, it's mad.
Oh yeah. So they've exceeded all the goals of like Ironman benchmarks here. So the average number of people that an athlete is bringing with them is 2.9. Right. So that's like groups of 4 basically. For
Yeah.
every athlete. The average stay at a normal Ironman event, I think, is 5 days.
Yep.
Here it's like 7 to 9 because it's a destination event.
Right.
So they've bought, and the town's population is like 25,000. They're bringing 20,000 people here, plus their staff, who are staying on average a minimum of a week, basically.
Yeah.
Up to 9 days, I think. The revenue is amazing.
It's mad.
The-
And this is one of the longest standing Ironmans aside from after Kona.
yeah,
Ironman New Zealand is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a huge generator. Of course, you can't do it every year because it's such a destination event. You attract the same crowd and they won't come back every time. But like a rolling 4-year thing.
This has got to be on Pro Series, in my opinion. It's got to be on the Pro Series calendar.
I think it's so early is the problem
Yeah,
Ironman New
'cause it's
Zealand.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a great race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I also think the Pro Series, they want the Pro Series to be sort of really mainstream, and to get someone to travel this far,
Yeah.
you're basically giving 2,500, 5,000 points to a New Zealander or an
Or
Australian.
or in Australia.
So
Yeah,
sort of, you
sure.
could argue it's not really fair, but then they'll argue
They'll do the same
not
thing with
fair.
Cairns.
Exactly.
Like Cairns.
And they've got to travel to Europe all the
But I'm so excited to go to Cairns. It's going to be a great race. A great venue.
What's in Cairns?
It's a Pro Series race. But
Oh.
they asked for Pro Tri News to be
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So get this. So Kyle gets a sneaky offer from Ironman Australia to go and do Cairns, and they're going to pay for him to go and someone else to go. He's taking Kenny Withrow.
You
Where-
said you couldn't be bothered.
Where's my invite? Where's
Couldn't be
Talbot's
bothered.
invite? To be fair, if you want to get good content, take Kenny Withrow, not me.
Yeah, if you want to have a party, take Mark.
No, I'm in bed by 12 these days, as it turns out.
All
Anyway.
right, Kat. You want to tell us your predictions for the men's race?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Why not?
I honestly, I haven't. I'm here for the women's race.
Oh, get the T-shirt made. Jesus.
Had to drop that one in there.
No, come on.
It's a really good
Podium
line.
in no specific order.
Honestly, oh, that's not fair.
What about the women's race then?
No, I'll go podium. It's fine. Carl Smith.
For the win?
Yeah. Podium
Or
in no particular order.
No order.
No,
No order.
No order. Oh, okay. Kyle, Hayden, and Yella.
But Leo Berger's such a nice guy. Why are you snubbing him? Oh, really? He's lovely to you.
Because I think he'll, in no particular order, be in the top 5.
That's really brilliant.
I haven't seen him race this year. I've seen Kyle destroy everyone this year.
He's been so nice to you. You just come on the pod and shit all over him.
Oh, you're hurting my heart. You're hurting my heart.
I'm only playing with you. Whoever you left off, I was good at putting it up. We'll do our predictions tomorrow, Kyle.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid podium.
It's a good podium.
I would have. No, we'll do ours tomorrow.
Do it all tomorrow, yeah.
It's dinner time.
What about the women's race?
Me,
Who are your threats? Who are you concerned about?
Taylor, and Julie.
That's good. That's good shouts.
Because I'm wondering, Ashley put herself in a real hole in Dubai. If you saw her afterwards, she was. I really admire her for it. She tried to win the race. We talked about this, but she was real bad afterwards. If it wasn't for that, I'd have Ashley in straight away.
Yeah.
It's just the unknown, and as we see with triathlon, you really can't predict it.
No.
She's probably going to be unbelievably great.
Yep.
But that's the only question mark I'd have over
Yeah.
Ashley, I reckon. And we
Totally agree.
we're veering into what we'll talk about tomorrow.
Yep.
Me and Carl are going for a swim in the river. The reason Kat has to win the Pro Series race series is because she booked this accommodation, and
And your accommodation's going home.
well, this is like more than we spend on a mortgage in a year at home. So she's better win this bloody
That's
thing.
not true.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Bye.